Only an hour late. One. Blast off.
Oh, I gotta adjust myself there. Oops, wrong way. And welcome to the Cosmic Cafe Show, where the paranormal is normal, even if it is an hour later than the expected broadcast time. But hey, the laptop crashed. What are you gonna do? Well, you hang in there. You keep persevering. And I am the luckiest guy on the face of the planet because Russ Emanuel is super, super patient, and he's actually been helping me out. And so how awesome is that? So we'll get to Russ here in just a moment, but let me just finish introducing the show. This is our live evening edition. Oh, Russ just hung up on himself on Skype. Unbelievable. Okay, so no, there he's back. I can see him. You guys can't see him quite yet, but okay. Anyways, today's date is January 14th, 2016, and over the next few minutes, we are going to highlight what we feel are the best in space: UFOs, aliens, abductions, Bigfoot, ghosts and hauntings, as well as the video clip which caught our eye today. Yes, I got to get that eye patch. One of these days, I'm going to actually show up with an eye patch on and a parrot on my shoulder. And you all really go, oh, Eric is completely crazy. But as promised, we have Russ Emanuel sitting on the sidelines. Russ, there you are. How are you?
How you doing?
I'll wave back. Oh, I'll wave with this hand. I got to get the hand.
I can wave with this hand.
I don't know. I'll wave with both hands. We'll get back to you in just a minute, but before we do that, let's hit the paranormal headlines for the day. So hang on, because here they come. And first up, hey, our favorite, Skype. My, oh my. The troubles we've had with Skype, you just don't know. But anyways, the reason why they are our headline for today's regular news is thanks to CNET, Skype has taken down the language barrier. Yes, live, that is. So now, according to the article on CNET, and I shall quote a portion of that article, basically, you can talk to somebody via Skype that speaks another language, and it'll do all the translating back and forth live while you're doing a video call. Now, if that's not cool, awesome, super, uber, whatever you want to say, that is just like, wow. So here's kind of what they said, a portion of the article. Since releasing the update, Skype said the number of calls that take place every day on the service has increased 400% since it launched its preview just a year ago. Now, Skype is currently able to translate 7 languages voice to voice, including Chinese Mandarin, English, well, I'd hope English, French, German, Italian, Portuguese, and Spanish. And 50 more, actually more than 50 more or 50 other languages are also available via instant message. So we can be looking forward to more and more on the live video portion as well. So with all that said, please make sure you read the full article if you want to learn more about it. But I do want to say one thing. I love the idea of this feature, and I definitely want to try it out. And I'm looking for volunteers. So hey, raise your hand. Who wants to volunteer and try out this new feature with me? Well, just let me know. Russ raised his hand. Do you speak another language, Russ?
はい、日本語は喋ります。
Okay, well, there you go. But Skype didn't translate that. Not that I see it.
What? It's Japanese.
We'll have to try that on some offline session, maybe right after the show. Give it a
はい、
shot.
わかりました。
There we go. So, that's pretty awesome. Who knew that Russ spoke Japanese? Well, I guess Russ knew he spoke Japanese. I had no idea. I want to go to Japan now with Russ. Okay, well, anyway.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, let's go. After the show, we're both jumping on an airplane. All right, so for our space and UFO category, what we have is we have news that China intends to not only go to the moon, but the dark side of the moon. And hey, if I wasn't rushing to put this whole show back together because my laptop crashed, I might actually be tempted to play that very famous song by that very famous band who shall remain unnamed. Because if you don't know Pink Floyd, oh, I already said dark side of the moon. Man, I'm just terrible at keeping secrets. Okay, well, anyways, I can imagine you're probably already hearing it in your head right now. So, that's so nice. Now I just want to chill out and mellow and go hang out with I'm not gonna say his name. I don't want to get him in trouble, but he does have a medical marijuana card. I'll just say that. All right. Anyways, China has reported that they plan to send their Chang 4. Is it Chang or Chang-E? Oh, interesting. Anyways, it's one of their rocket things, you know. They're just planning on sending that to the lunar far side. The intent is to land on the far side. I like how they call it the far side instead of the dark side. Anyways, this was announced on Chinese Lunar Exploration Program website on December 2nd. You can tell this must have been run through a Google Translator before they posted this. Anyways, you know what? I'm not even going to try and struggle with that because I'm excited to, and I don't want to keep Russ waiting through all that nonsense. So I have the article link. It's on planetary.org, but I'll post it up there on the daily recaps, which will be out tomorrow morning. So next up for our aliens and extraterrestrials category, thanks to this article from New Scientist, you can learn 7 new ways in which aliens just might give themselves away. I don't think that means inviting them to a wedding or anything like that, but anyways, they have 7 tricks and tips in order to get aliens to, I guess, reveal themselves. So, hey, if you want to learn what all 7 are, guess what? Go read their article like I did and find out. And again, the newscientist.com website article link will be with our daily recap tomorrow. So, hey, if you need a domain name, guess what? Why don't you go check out goldengatedomains.com. Yes, we own goldengatedomains.com, and it is a reseller of the ever-popular GoDaddy services. So if you think you know anything about GoDaddy, you pretty much know everything you need to know about Golden Gate Domains. Pretty much all the services and features are all the same, except for our prices are better. And if you want to see an example of it, the service that we offer there, well, just go to cosmiccafeshow.com because we are hosted on our own servers there, and we registered the domain through Golden Gate Domains, so you can see it's very quality, but you just save money and you help support the show, so that's pretty awesome too. So for our alien, our abduction experiencer category, normally I would have crickets starting to play right now. You'd start hearing them off into the distance chirping away. You can just imagine from if you've been watching a few of these shows. Yes, that's right, folks. We have nothing for us today. Absolutely
cricket,
nothing.
Cricket. I could be your sound effect.
There you go. You've probably heard Russ doing that. Russ is our cricket sound effect. Well, if I didn't crash the computer like a numbskull, incidentally, folks, learned the hard way with Windows 10, which I'm who's not really relatively new since it is relatively new. After it does like a major update, and then later in the day when you decide, oh, I'm going to reboot the system, just kind of clear out the cobwebs and get everything going and stuff. Don't do it a few minutes before you're going to go live on a broadcast. Because apparently Windows 10, after it does its fancy updates earlier in the day, when you go to shut down or reboot the computer, it's going to make it look like it hung up and crashed. And you have this black screen of death looking thing. And it just seems to linger forever. And I have a really fast laptop, i7 processor, NVIDIA graphics card. I mean, this thing is the bomb. I mean, the kids use it for gaming and stuff. That's how awesome it is. And the gaming laptops, they need uber power. So, yeah, I was like really surprised when this thing was like just doing nothing. And so I like hard powered it down. Well, guess what? That's a big no-no. Don't do that. Just let it do its thing. So, hey, that's long enough on crickets. And after all of that stress, that's exactly what I need. Yummy Sierra Nevada Bigfoot Ale, released 2016 edition. And you know what? more than ever, I am stopping by my nearby store and picking up a 6-pack of these. Now, Sierra Nevada didn't pay me to say that, but if they want to send me some coupons or send me a couple of truckloads of it, I'll be more than happy to receive it. And I will tell everybody that I got it as well, by the way, if our friendly folks over at Sierra Nevada are listening. So, oh God, I can't wait to try that. Russ, hey, why don't you go out and grab a Bigfoot ale later too?
Sure. Let's go.
Doesn't that look yummy? You can see it there.
Yeah.
He can watch
it. Does.
Huh?
It does look good.
Doesn't that look good? Oh my God.
Very good.
I'm like, yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, I won't drink and drive, but I'll be tempted to crack that sucker open. But maybe once I hit my driveway and I shut the engine off and I get out of the car, I might just pop one of those babies open before I even get to the front door. Just start chugging. I don't think there's anything illegal about that.
Yeah, that's legal.
So, for our ghosts and hauntings category, thanks to the HuffPost Weird News. I guess it's a new division or a weird division of the Huffington Post. But they tweeted out this gem of a British ghost hunter who captures an eerie sight outside a famously haunted prison. To me, that looks like some fat guy checking the mail or something, or a sign or whatever in the fog, but whatever, you know. We'll let you go check that out for yourself. Hey, did you like these stories? You want to learn more? You want to go check them out for yourself, like the fat guy checking his mail in Britain? Well, we also retweet them out with the hashtag CCS Live. So you can check those, plus many others that we found that just didn't make it to the show. CCS Live is a hashtag on Twitter. Go there. And also as a quick reminder, we do put out the daily specials recap in the morning. So tomorrow morning there will be a show email. So if you aren't getting those emails, make sure you go to cosmiccafeshow.com. And somewhere on there, you can sign up for the email thing. I think it's over on the left column where it says sign up for the email. That would probably be a pretty good hint. Last but not least, hey, would you like to donate to the Cosmic Cafe Show? Would you like to show your love for all the humor that we've brought to you? The great guests like Russ. Well, if you'd like to see it keep going and you want to motivate us, why don't you throw a couple of ducats our way if you can spare. Can you spare a dime, brother? Yeah, or like maybe, never mind. I'll just leave it at that. Okay, so for our main video, I am going to go ahead and start the 2-minute video. It's roughly 2 minutes. This is the promo, or this is the video. Well, you know what? Actually, before I do that, let me just go over to Russ. Russ, you're there. Why don't you tell them really quickly about the comic book video that they're going to see here momentarily?
Okay. Well, we did a feature film. It was called Occupants. It stars Annie and Neil Curtis. It's a young couple who records a documentary, and inadvertently they record their parallel selves. Now, when we made the film, we had a budgetary constraint, right? Because it's an independent feature film. So we couldn't really explore the parallel world, as you will. So I worked with my associate producer, Eric Kask, and artist Dave Beatty, who draws for DC and Marvel Comics. And we decided to explore this parallel world. So basically, this comic book is a tie-in, or a spin-off, if you will, to the feature film. So It's going to come out simultaneously, and we're going to launch a campaign through Indiegogo this weekend.
Okay. So this is the promotional video for it, and we'll go ahead and start it right now.
Comics artist Dave Beatty to create a 24-page comic book tie-in to our already completed feature film called Occupants. This science fiction horror film stars Robert Picardo of Star Trek Voyager, and the film is currently in the Comic-Con and film festival circuits. Occupants, a film that was successfully crowdfunded on Indiegogo, is about a young couple named Annie and Neil Curtis, who discover a parallel version of themselves through a documentary that they are shooting. Based on this premise, the comic book deals with parallel universes, doing things that were not possible in the feature film due to budgetary constraints. We will not only complement the film, but create a comic book related universe with unlimited possibilities. We also want to do an outreach to the anime community and its potential in expanding the target audience for the film. Eric and I have the necessary experience to create such a comic book tie-in, as we have several films under our belts that have played at comic book conventions. These include the action and stunts-oriented Go With Gun, which screened at the San Diego Comic-Con, PJ, A Journey of the Heart, starring Battlestar Galactica's John Hurd, which debuted at the Phoenix Comic-Con, and The Legends of Nathaya, starring the aforementioned Robert Picardo, which showed at the HowlCon Sci-Fi Fantasy and Comic Convention. With the first 2 pages already completed, along with the detailed script and budget already in place, we hope you will join us in making the rest of the 22 pages a reality, and in return reaping the benefits of making such a project. Various rewards include variant covers that are signed by the artist himself, Dave Beatty, along with other covers that are signed by the cast and crew associated with the feature film, and for the lucky few, to have your likeness drawn into our comic book as one of our characters. And of course, joining us at one of our comic book conventions where we will unveil the product to the world. And if this project is successful, we would like to create future stories down the line. Thank you for your time, and we hope you will be joining us.
Gotta even love the ending there.
Thanks.
Hey, real quick, just so I don't fail in my become delinquent in my duties as host, I should, for those folks that may have tuned in partially through the show or what have you, just real quickly, let me introduce you again. Russ is an accomplished award-winning director who lives down in Hollywood, and as he mentioned just a moment ago, his latest movie, set to be officially released in the summer of this year, is called Occupants, and he has, as he mentioned, several great actors, including the very famous Robert Picardo, who's starring in your film. So I just wanted to make sure I covered that base for everybody. So now, so we have the comic book, so that's super exciting. So you care to share any behind the scenes or any other kind of info
on the comic book?
Yeah.
Well, basically, I was working with, I met Eric Kask, my associate producer, who worked on the film itself. Okay. And he's an associate producer on the film. But basically, it was his idea.
Okay.
And I met him, I guess it was 10 years ago, at the Phoenix Comic-Con convention. And it's a major comic book convention. And he was the festival director at that time. And he screened my award-winning short film called Girl with Gun, which screened also at the San Diego Comic-Con. And that's, I think, the #1 Comic-Con in the world.
Yeah.
So I knew him for a good number of years. And, I approached him about Occupants, about working on the project. And he was elated. Well, I hope he was. And he did come on board the project. And he helped with behind-the-scenes videography. So we do have a lot of video that we shot that we're going to be putting on the Blu-ray or DVD. And you get to see behind-the-scenes look of the film itself. But while we were shooting, he was asking me, Russ, what do you think about a comic book tie-in? At that point, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. Well, we could talk about it. You know how that works.
Right.
It's a possible idea, right? And this was in 2014. Well, as we entered 2015 and we were in post-production on the film, we did a pickup shoot. And in the pickup shoot, it was of a video of a paranormal company called the Peterson Research Institute, PRI.
Right.
And what I had was various people all over the world record videos, testimonials, if you will, about paranormal experiences. And I assigned case numbers to them. So Occupants is a story about Annie and Neil Curtis, the documentarians, and that's case 831. So I was thinking, how about previous cases?
Right.
Because case 31 is the one that was really fantastical. That's the one that, that's where, I don't want to give away the story, but basically a lot of paranormal stuff happened.
Yeah.
Well, previous cases, they saw it on the TV. And so did case 831, but it kind of evolved from there into something more horrific. So I'm going, we have all these cases, right? Yeah. And I was thinking, so Eric wants to do a comic book tie-in. So what can we do? I'm going, look at all these cases. We have a variety of subjects to choose from. So I chose one that we assigned to Los Angeles, California, which is where I live, and which is also coincidentally where the Case 831 takes place. So I'm going, okay, we have case, it's called 285, and that's the name of the comic book, is Occupants Case 285. Okay. And I'm going, let's explore this, right? So when we shot the pickup shoot of the Peterson Research Institute video, we used my friend Chris Winters as an actor. He's a great actor, and I decided, you know what, he could be a main character of this comic book. Oh, okay. And I used my friend Timothy Lee Conley for Case 285. And, I love him to death, and I'm going, you know what, this guy would be great. So, of course, I was having fun. It's kind of like an in-joke, if you will, but I created not only his character called Lee Mitchell, but also a parallel version. Oh. And we have also Nicole Morris, who helped out at the Comic and Media Expo, which was a Comic-Con that we went to a couple months ago. Yeah. And she's also the likeness of, the Chris Winters co-star. Oh, okay. So her name is Nicole Thornton in the film. In the comic book, and his name is Alan Peterson Jr. Ah. And they visit Lee Mitchell. And that's all I'm going to say, basically, because otherwise it'll just give it away. But it does tie in. It ties in, and hopefully it ties in smartly to the film itself. So I would watch the film, and then I would read the comic book. Or you could do it the other way around. It could be interesting that way too. But they do tie together, trust me. And I will give a big hint. Order a pizza.
For the movie or for the comic book or both?
Maybe both. Maybe one or the other.
I think I know what reference you're talking about since I got to read the screenplay.
Yeah, I think you know.
Exactly. Sorry, folks, you'll just have to make sure you see the movie.
And the movie will be coming out at various conventions, and we're submitting it to film festivals. But we have a convention coming up in Baltimore, Maryland next month, February 12th to 14th, called Farpoint. It's actually a major Star Trek convention. Has been it's in its 23rd year. Wow. So they're going to do a preview screening, if you will. And for anybody movie? There, you could see most likely, or maybe portions of it. We're not 100% sure yet, but anybody there who wants to get a sneak peek, I would go.
So give that information again so people get that.
It's at the Farpoint Convention. And Baltimore. It's in its 23rd year, and it's in Baltimore, Maryland.
Oh, okay. And of course, I'm sure you have that all on your website.
Yes, which is occupantsthemovie.com.
Right. Don't worry, I'll help you promote it.
Thank you.
That's one thing great about this live daily specials show. We can promote all we want because we don't have the non-commercial charter that we have to worry about with the regular television show. So it's refreshing. It's like plug away, buddy, plug away.
Okay, let's just keep the show going on for a couple hours.
Yeah. Well, we don't want to bore them to death.
No, you just want that beer.
I want that beer, that Bigfoot beer. Did that look great or what?
Yes.
Now, are you at your office right now? It looks like you're at a workspace there at office.
Yeah, this is my office.
Awesome. So
this is actually where we shot the video for the comic book tie-in campaign video.
Oh, okay. It looks like it's set up there. Very comfortable.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you on your way home, you can go ahead and swing by and pick up a couple of those Bigfoot as well.
I think I will.
Hey, if Sierra Nevada decides to actually, throw us a few coupons, I'll make sure I share some with you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Does that work vice versa?
Yes, it does.
If they contact you instead, they're like, we don't want anything to do with Eric, but Russ seems like a pretty good guy.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
You're fine, Eric.
Huh?
You are fine, Eric. They'll accept you.
Thanks. Well, I'm starting to relax. I was really stressed out there with starting the show late and with the computer crashing and all that. It's just like, so I'm kind of
But,
starting to mellow out.
It does happen, especially on a film shoot too. You do have technical issues, and it's normal. So when you said that it may be delayed, I'm like, okay, well, it happens.
Do you have any stories of that would be significant enough that people would love to hear?
Well, there was 2 working toilets in the house that we shot in, and it's a beautiful house, but it's 100 years old, and they didn't update the plumbing. Well, I think you could do the math, and one of the toilets broke, and it turned out to be the crew bathroom. So of course now the cast bathroom was also the crew bathroom, which really pleased the cast, of course. But what could we do?
Get a blue porta potty out front, I guess.
We did from Andy Gum. We did get a porta potty. But yeah, things happen.
Actually, my friend, I think you may have met him, Andrew Chen. He's the writer and director for Ghost in the Gun. And
yeah, it's a very good-looking Western. I guess it's a TV series, or it's going to be a TV series concept. It looks very interesting.
It's awesome. Yeah, in fact, I got to do an extra part in it. But one of the shoot locations, they had, I think, like 5 different locations, which is pretty unheard of for an indie, to have so many locations. But he was looking at the cost of a porta potty, because this was out in like a ranch field,
in the boondocks.
So there's like nobody around, no buildings around, no nothing around. And so, obviously you need facilities for everybody. So he's looking at the cost of porta potties, and he's like, gosh, that's expensive. And then he looked at the cost of renting, those RVs for like the weekend, I think whatever, there's those companies that rent. He's like, I'm going to rent one of those, because then we have like a green room, we have like a makeup room, we have a toilet, we have everything all in a RV. I was like,
just for the cast, right?
Huh?
Just for the cast.
Well, he let everybody use it, but because you had to, but at least like the makeup guys loved it, because they had a little area in like the kitchenette area that they turned into like the makeup room.
Yeah.
Well, it worked out pretty good. Huh?
No, that's a very smart idea.
Yeah. So, anyways, hey, you never know what you're going to learn on the Cosmic Cafe, right?
Yes, you can delve into the disgusting.
Hey, it's like, going to your favorite cafe, just sit down, have a little chat, a little conversation. So, your comic book, I think you mentioned you got something big coming up Saturday, right? The launch of the fundraising campaign, right?
Yeah. Background on the film itself, we did a fundraising campaign for that too, through Indiegogo, and we successfully raised the money. It was in the video, actually. We raised 106%. So we're going to do the same thing for the comic book, and we're going to try to raise $4,050. And we did a very specific breakdown. When I say we, it's myself and Eric Kask.
Okay.
And then we're going to be offering various rewards. And one of them is being drawn into the comic book itself. So if anybody wants to become a cartoon character, well, this is the chance. And it's in a comic book that's not independent in the sense that it's just not standalone. It's tied to the feature film.
Right.
That has Robert Picardo in it. So, if that's extra incentive, maybe. If you want to be a cartoon, come join our campaign. So we're going to unveil that at the TaioCon. It's in Mesa, Arizona, and it's going to be this weekend. So my associate producer is going to be there, and he's going to be showing the campaign video, the one that you saw.
So the people that are at that event in Arizona will get like the jump start or a sneak peek, or...
Yes. Remember how I was speaking Japanese? Well, look, I meant these comic book has a lot of influence with anime, and that was done on purpose because we're trying to target an audience that reads comic books, if you will. So, I used, I guess, my half Japanese. I am half Japanese and half American. So I used my Japanese side, I guess, and put on my Japanese thinking cap and was thinking, okay, what can we do? So there is definitely a Japanese tie-in to this comic book. And Taiyocon is specifically an anime convention.
Oh, okay.
So we wanted to do something that was, specifically tied to Japan. So if you read the comic book, you will definitely see the Japanese influence in it.
Oh, neat. Hold on a second. For some reason, we seem to have lost your Skype feed.
Yes, I turned into a logo.
I'm not sure why. Let me jump
I look better.
Let me jump to something else and then jump back. See if that. There you are.
Wait a minute. I look better as the logo. Bring it back. That's what we're going to do. We're going to unveil the campaign this weekend simultaneously as we are at Taiyocon in Mesa, Arizona.
That's awesome. Well, so anybody that's in Arizona or going to Arizona this weekend, if you don't have anything going on, go to Taiyocon and go check it out. Be part of that.
Yeah, please come. Please come see us. Please join us.
And of course, if they can't, they can just go to Indiegogo.com, I imagine. But
yes.
Probably easier, just your website, your main website, right? For occupants,
Yeah, I'm going to link it. I'm going to link the Indiegogo campaign directly to the main page. So that will be unveiled this weekend.
Great. And when I see those links, I'll be happy to put them on my site as well, Cosmic Cafe Show. So, and
Thank you.
The recap for this show, which will be out tomorrow, as soon as those links come up, I'll be happy to link those as well. I'll amend the post so people can check that out. Thank
you.
Absolutely. And of course, CCS Live hashtag it. So I'll definitely do that as well.
Thanks.
Absolutely. So anything else exciting going on right now that you want to share with folks, or you want to call it a night?
Well, our trailer is in several film festivals. It actually got into its 5th and 6th one
well,
several
before
days
you say
ago.
that, then, that's a good tease. Should we show the trailer?
Yes, please.
All right, let's show the trailer.
Thank you.
We got the wrong one up. Hold on, that's the visual effects one.
All over the house. They're going to be recording 24/7 and uploading all the footage to a remote access server.
Are we really going to be doing this?
Like it or not, it's happening. We'll see how it goes. Dig in.
Satisfying.
Absolutely.
TKC31?
I missed it, but I saw the pizza.
It just switches over out of nowhere. As unbelievable as it sounds, I think we just recorded an alternate reality. It alternates between filming our world and another parallel world.
There's a connection, a bond. It must be getting stronger.
Robert Picardo.
Annie, what happened?
It was her. She was here.
What?
The other Annie.
Burning down the house. Burning.
Okay.
Well, I'm not going to say
Our
anything.
first set of footage
I'm
was
not saying anything either. I was thinking of that song.
Oh.
I'm not sure why the video was playing so rough there, but it must be something.
Because you were interacting with a parallel dimension, and you see what happens? It glitches. So
yeah.
That was done on purpose.
In fact, everybody out there, you're watching the parallel Eric and the parallel Russ.
Yeah, if you know Steve Russ in the campaign video, he had longer hair and a nice sports jacket. So that, I think, was my parallel self. I work with him.
That would be most excellent. That would be funny for you to do that, is to like actually do a costume change like that while you're doing the thing. Have a glitch over to you in like your parallel self and then come back.
Wouldn't that be fun?
That would be. You should do that. That'd be a great promo.
Okay. You too then. You need your parallel self to show up.
All right, I'll do my parallel self real quick. Hang on. All right, there we go.
Hey, aren't you Clark Kent?
Yeah. You don't recognize me, do you? I look
No,
totally
I don't know who you are.
Oh man. Should we show that FX video that you guys?
Yeah,
also?
sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
Let's go ahead and pull that up. We'll go ahead and turn off that one and get this one up here. This is cool.
This works.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
There's various steps in order to create the visual effects.
Yeah, it's a lengthy process, no doubt.
Yeah, it's we use CGI modeling.
Back and forth this portal.
Technology, and we hired a company in Bangalore, India, called Screen Arts and VFX. Our supervisor was Manikandan Yabalan, and I hope I pronounced your name right, Manikandan. But he and his team did a wonderful job to create the visual effects.
Yeah.
Now, of course, the reason we're showing that is because things like that will be more, I guess, extrapolated into the comic book. You know, that's all we could do in the feature film, but because of budgetary constraints. But in the comic book, we can have battles and wars and explosions, and we have it all. We went the whole shebang, if you will. So that's why I think I was very excited about doing a comic book, so I could explore more of the occupant's world in a bigger, grander setting.
Now, is a comic book, and I apologize for my ignorance, I remember comic books from when I was growing up. I, little kid, a printed color magazine, with black and white pages and stuff, color cover.
Yeah.
Is it going to be like that? Or I've seen some comic books nowadays which are more like all digital. So you just watch them on your iPad or whatever, and then the pages actually can animate and stuff. Is that something you're also looking at, or?
No, it's like you read as a child, if you will. But we're going to have digital version and a print version too, depending on the various rewards.
Okay.
So if you want a print version, then we're going to ask for a bigger donation. But it is done in the black and white style because I'm a big fan of film noir, and film noir style of the 40s and the 50s was black and white. So it's like a combination of anime meets film noir.
That's awesome.
Film noir has a lot of shadows.
That's awesome.
I'm a big fan of shadows. So I told the artist Dave Beatty is a great guy to combine the two. So it's actually a new style of animation, if you will.
That's awesome. Well,
I hope we'll like that, yeah. Now, getting back to that trailer, though, I just want to bring up that it got into actually a really good film festival called the Hollywood Real Independent Film Festival. So anybody in Los Angeles, they're going to have red carpet events in late February. We don't know the date that the trailer is going to play, but I do know that this year's honoree, they do honor stars from, throughout the years. Well, this year is Gene Wilder.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so this is actually quite a big film festival, and I was really elated, very ecstatic that the trailer got in. Now, the reason we're submitting the trailer and not the film is because when I was submitting the trailer, the film was not completed. So I was using the trailer submissions as kind of like a promotion for the film itself. Right. In preparation for the release of the film. So we will not know if we got into any film festivals for the actual film until March or April, I think. And that's because we just completed the film in December and we started submitting at that point.
Okay, understood.
Yeah. The trailer submissions happened like 2-3 months before that.
Well, at least you got something in. So and that trailer is awesome.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of people don't realize that it's a really long, drawn-out process, and for video production and film production, but also just like you said, the different festivals and such. It can take a long time.
No, it is. And of course, when we go to, I was mentioning Farpoint, there's also another one called Rathacon in May. That's in Athens, Ohio. These are Comic Cons. This is a perfect venue to show this comic book too.
Yeah.
So we're tying the comic book with the film, and we're intentionally promoting it at various conventions or film festivals. It's all tied together.
That's awesome. Hey, I just had a thought. There might be some people watching that. Do you mind sharing a little bit of the background as to how you got involved in becoming a Hollywood director, winning awards and all this? Do you have any tips for struggling directors out there?
I love film. I watched film since I was a kid, even back to a point where I don't even remember watching the film, but my parents have told me that I was watching the film over and over again, it turns out, including films like Superman, the Richard Donner version from 1978. And I'm a big fan of the film music. And by the way, in the film, we used our film, a brilliant composer named Vasilis Malesis, who gave me a very 2015 style score that still used leitmotifs, thematic development, as I grew up with my favorite composer, which is John Williams. Mm-hmm. And John Williams just got nominated for his 50th time for the score for the new Star Wars film. So I'm just very happy that he's still working at 83 years old. But yeah, I grew up with his music, with Spielberg's films and whatnot. And I guess film music really just propelled me to, I'm just saying, let's just try. And I try to make a film, that is. And I made my first film in high school for my senior project. It was actually a Star Trek film.
Wow.
And I did get, go figure that, 20 years later, I'd be working with a Star Trek actor. But, I love Star Trek. So, I did a Star Trek film, and it got me into USC Cinema.
Oh.
And, I went to the USC Film School, and then I also went to UCLA Extension. So, yeah, I know, both schools, if anybody knows rivalry. And only in football will I cheer for the Trojans. But I do love both schools. So I met my...
hold on a second, Russ. Most people that aren't from or lived in Southern California, they don't know the rivalry between USC and UCLA. It's pretty fierce down there. It's pretty fierce. It's pretty amazing.
Well, we have to wrap our mascot, Tommy Trojan. And we have to. There's a statue of him in the middle of campus, and every year when we play UCLA, we do the same thing to them.
Yeah.
So they like to play pranks, or kind of vandalize the statue, and we do that with UCLA too. So we protect our mascot, our statue in the middle of the campus. This is really funny to see. It's friendly rivalry. I have friends from both schools, so it's okay.
Yeah, it's friendly rivalry. Anyways, I'm sorry. So you were saying?
Well, I learned. I did critical studies at USC, so I learned more film analysis.
Right.
Then at UCLA Extension, I took film production courses, and I was more emphasizing on the actual day-to-day kind of the film set, what happens on a film set. Well, I met my good friend Emil Harris. He and I have worked on many films together over 12 years now.
Yeah.
And we started on my first short film, Her Night. We did Girl with Gun together, the one that got into those festivals and awards in San Diego Comic-Con and whatnot.
Yeah.
And because of that, then I was able to make my first feature film, PJ, because it got the interest of my current producer, and he's a great guy, Howard Nash. And Howard and I have done 4 films now together.
Wow.
And he took a chance on me, but he saw Girl with Gun. And he saw that, I guess, in his mind, that I knew what I was doing. So, and I got to direct incredible actors, including Picardo. And Picardo, by the way, I directed him 5 times. So Occupants is actually the 5th time that I directed him.
Wow. Oops, we lost
and
you.
I turned into a Skype logo again.
Let me try popping into another screen. I don't know what's up with that, but
it's okay.
We'll work all the bugs out.
It looks better. But yeah, I worked with Picardo 5 times, and PJ was the first time. I worked with John Hurd, who's the Home Alone dad.
I remember him from...
I worked with Vince.
Oh, I was going to say, John Hurd has had such a legacy in TV and film. I remember him from growing up in so many different roles, and I thought he was fabulous in the new version of Battlestar Galactica. The
series.
I
did too.
Just incredible actor. You know, he played that likable villain that was just incredible on that show. He did such a fantastic job.
Well, he did one film. I think he played a multiple amputee in Cutter's Way. It definitely shows his acting skills. These are incredible actors. So I was very delighted to be able to work with them. And then we did Chasing the Green, as in like Howard Nash and I did Chasing the Green. That had Jeremy London of Party of 5, Ryan Hurst of Sons of Anarchy, and William Devane of 24, Another Day. And again, directing Devane was, it was a blessing, because he was directed by the master of suspense, master of horror, Alfred.
That would be Alfred Hitchcock, right?
Yeah, he was directed by Alfred Hitchcock in Family Plot, 1976 film.
Wow.
So I can never compare it to Sir Alfred Hitchcock, and I just love his films. But yeah, I was able to work with William Devane, and then we did our 4th feature film, Howard Nash and I, called our 3rd one, called The Legends of Nathaya. And that was basically Picardo in a main role, and he tells his grandson a story. And the story is to help him decide to live with his mother or father who are getting divorced. Oh, wow. So it's kind of like Princess Bride. Oh,
neat.
Yeah.
But it's is it more masculine than Princess Bride?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, because it's about the main character is a wonderful actor named Jeremiah Sayes, and the kid is brilliant too, Jared Young. But Jeremiah Sayes plays a superhero called Nathaya. Okay. So it's a legend of him.
Wow.
And that's the story that Picardo's character tells his grandson.
That's neat.
So, no, it was a fun film to work on. And then we did a documentary called Restoration of Paradise about the Bolsa Chica wetlands and the restoration process that went through it. And I interviewed some wonderful people who helped contribute to Occupants, David and Margaret Carlberg, and their group called Amigos de Bolsa Chica, who was the organization that spearheaded the restoration. Oh, wow. And Picardo, Bob Picardo, I asked him, would you be willing to do this? It's just for a couple hours to be the narrator. And he obliged. And I was, very happy that he did that. So,
wow.
Thank you, Bob.
Yes. Okay.
And now Occupants. Now we're doing Occupants. And that's the film that was just completed a month ago. And we're getting it out there.
Definitely.
Oh, I have one funny story.
Yeah.
And it's an in-joke. We referenced the documentary in Occupants as one of the because our main character Annie Curtis is a documentarian. So basically I made Restoration of Paradise her film. So I created a new poster and said it's an Annie Curtis film. And Picardo's character mentions it.
Oh, nice.
So it's an in-joke.
Yeah.
So it's in both films.
Hey, I got a question for you. You have all these great films, and I'm sure people are thinking, I want to go see that. Do you have one website, Russ? Maybe a personal website that you have all these links to these different films and projects?
Well, they have all been distributed, at least the feature films and the documentary. So For PJ and Chasing the Green, you can go to Netflix.
Okay.
It's not the streaming one; it's a DVD service, but you can get it on there. And it is for sale if you go to various sites like Amazon or eBay or whatnot. If you go for Nathaya, you go to Amazon Prime.
Okay.
It's on their streaming, so you have to pay for it, but then you can see the film. Right now, we just got a distributor for Restoration of Paradise, and we don't know exactly how they're going to disseminate it yet, but they will do it, and they will let us know once they do it. But we just signed with them, so they have to prepare it. So we just don't know yet. And then Occupants has not got distribution yet because we're going through the film festival circuit.
Right. So we'll find out more about that later this year.
Yeah, because for the higher tiered festivals, if you got distribution, you cannot screen it there.
So you need to do the one first, then do the distribution
you learn this the hard way. You asked, what do I tell, budding filmmakers? Well, you just learn as you go. I made a lot of mistakes, and you just, learn from your mistakes, I don't think my first short film, Her Night, was very good, but I learned from the mistakes, and I made Girl with Gun, and that's what got me, a feature film. So you just think outside the box.
And keep going.
And just keep going. And have fun. I mean, this is fun. Creating a comic book tie-in, part of me was just like, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Why not? It's kind of fun. Let's just have fun with it, see what we can do. So that's why I'm doing this.
Absolutely. Well, it's a great idea. I mean, the whole concept of Occupants is such a great idea, and I can see another movie coming out in the future, or multiple movies dealing with multiple cases coming out in the future. And there's no reason why the comic books, can't supply. I mean, you have hundreds of cases from the Peterson Institute. So, you'll give people a reason to see the comic book, or read the comic book, because they won't see it in the movie, and the movies will, maybe reference the comic book, but those cases will be different. And so they'll all support each other, but they'll also keep it unique for each one.
Basically, the characters in the comic book cameo in the feature film, and vice versa.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was part of the fun that we had.
Well, Russ, I know we're getting about 50 minutes into the show here.
Has it been 50 minutes?
I know. It's blown. I just looked at the clock. It's almost 8:00 p.m. Here in California.
Wow.
So I know we're running about an hour later than we expected due to the early.
It's all good. It's all good. Yeah.
And see, that just goes to show, friends, when you have a failure, don't look at it as a failure and totally give up. Keep going. And I really didn't think I was going to be able to broadcast. That's why I sent out those first tweets, to let everybody know that we're not going at 6, and probably not going at all. But you know what? I kept at it, and Russ kept egging me on, saying, keep going,
Oh, I knew you were going to do it. That's why I kept my setup.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he did. He kept telling me that. And I'm like, I'm trying. I'm hoping this computer will do it.
But I do appreciate that you had me on the show again, Eric. And I also appreciate your listeners and their patience.
Yes, absolutely.
And my friends are listening too, so thank you for sticking with us.
Oh, we should probably mention, we don't have any specific dates, but last night I was on Lori and Fenton's California MUFON radio program, and I did talk about you and the movie The Occupants. And
thank you.
Hopefully you got some feedback from the people that were listening to her show. But I know Lorian was very excited by the idea of having you come on to her radio program. So I know she has to set a date for you and everything, but we might as well just tell everybody, that you will be going on her program as well. And
that would be great. I would very much love to go on her show.
Yeah, it was so much fun. I tell you what, they really have a very professional, I guess engineer. Well, the engineer that got it all ready for us and everything. He was super and very professional, but it was just super fun too. I was on only for a half hour. She does a 2-hour show, but I tell you what, it was a blast. It was a lot of fun, and so I know with the video, it's you're showing clips so people can see, but we've also been dialoguing a lot, and Lorian's a great dialogue, great with conversation. So I'm sure you'll have a lot of fun on her show. So we'll give her a little plug, a little peer pressure there to get you on sooner than later. How's that?
It's okay, but thank you, Eric, for plugging Occupants and myself on the show last night.
It was a lot of fun. And so I really love the movie script. I got to read the script. I've seen the clips. I don't know what the movie's going to be. I have to wait. You have a film festival or whatever that you're going to preview it up here in Northern California sometime coming up, aren't you?
We would love to. And we are targeting some festivals up there. But again, I won't know until a couple months down the line. But yeah, definitely it's in our bird's eye point of view. We are definitely looking at Northern California to screen it.
Any other festivals besides, let's recap. We had the one, did you say it was Boston?
Yeah, not Boston, Baltimore, Maryland.
Sorry, Baltimore.
It's a comic book convention.
And that's coming up?
That's February 12th through 14th.
Okay, so people make a note of that. And then, of course, this coming weekend over in Arizona, you're going to be there.
We're debuting. Yeah, we're unveiling the campaign. And then awesome. You can meet our associate producer, Eric Kask. He will be there. Yes. And he can explain what's going to happen. And then we have our trailer screening at the Hollywood Real Independent Film Festival, and that's February 18th through 27th. That's when the festival is, but we will not know until the 21st of this month exactly what day and time we're screening.
So the best thing.
I would say.
I was going to say, so for the best thing for everybody out there that wants to follow it is make sure you get on Russ's website.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, please go to our website, occupantsthemovie.com, and it has the links it will have the link to our Indiegogo campaign on Saturday. It also already has links to our Facebook page, our Twitter page, YouTube. So, and you can see our trailer. You can see behind the scenes videos, photos, everything. So, yeah, we have it all on there.
That's awesome. And I'm sure, you're welcome to come back to the Cosmic Cafe show if you're if you're willing to. Technical issues.
Yeah, I would love to. No, I have fun. I had fun the last time. I'm having fun this time.
Awesome.
So yeah, maybe I'll invite my parallel self next time.
Hey, you know what? That'd be a lot of fun. That would be a lot of fun.
Turn into a Skype logo again.
Did you turn it into a Skype logo again? It's
yeah, I look much better like that.
You know what? It's telling me I should take it to the closing. I'm just going to go ahead and close out the show on that note since we're coming up on 8 o'clock. Let me go ahead and get us to our closing. And thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in to the Cosmic Cafe show. Again, thank you very much, Russ, for coming and hanging out with us. Even though it's an hour later, he's such a great sport, as you can tell, as you heard. It's amazing to think that this man is an award-winning Hollywood director, and he's just so down to earth, so nice. He's willing to share some of his insight and wisdom, even help out the people who might be aspiring to make their own movies. But anyways, I just wanted to thank Russ again. Everything about the Cosmic Cafe show on our social media. Yes, you can find us there at Twitter, Facebook, Google+, whoever goes to Google+, Instagram, it's all / Cosmic Cafe show. Thanks again for watching. I hope you've enjoyed your visit here at the cafe today. And if you did, please be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please also like and share us with your friends. Let them know about the daily specials. We'd much appreciate it. Have a great evening, and we'll see you tomorrow night, Friday night at all things planned, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. And with that, we are going to say goodnight.